Hello everybody, welcome to January. Why does it sound weird? Welcome to January. What a strange word. Anyway, thanks for watching. How are you? I've been ill all Christmas. Christmas Day, Christmas Eve, my birthday, Boxing Day, New Year's Eve. I've just been ill. But I'm feeling much better today. Felt quite a bit better yesterday, got on and did some things. You know, sometimes when you're ill and you sort of sit and fixate on things that need doing that you can't actually do because you're too ill. So I've been doing that about our back kitchen door the whole time, and it just really needed a proper coat of paint. So it needed sanding, priming, top coat, that kind of scenario. So yesterday I got started with that, and I gave it 2 coats of primer because I use water based, so that's why I gave it 2 coats. It dried quickly. Basically, we live in a council house and we haven't bought it. Lots of things are a bit skanky looking, not terrible, but just really need doing, and it's all sort of down to us because we currently can't afford to pay people to do that for us, and the council, you know, they don't do these cosmetic bits and pieces on the inside of the house. So yeah, it's just one of those things that needed doing, and I'm sure you'll know, anyone who's lived in an older house, that people don't always do painting jobs properly on woodwork, and I think at some point underneath the paint's not dried properly or something, and it just needed really like a really good going over, and possibly I was the cause of some of the problems, because the chances are that I would have at some point just slapped some paint on without really even thinking that I needed to bother. Well, I probably just thought, I can't be bothered with this, you know, sanding, cleaning, priming, all that sort of stuff. So I thought I need to do that properly because it just looks a bit yucky. So I've got as far as the 2nd coat of primer, and I'm going to sand and top coat today. Did I just say that? I can't remember, but I'm going to do that today. Also today, we're going to take down the decorations, the Christmas decorations. We're going to take them down, put them away. I will miss them because they're lovely, and I'm sad that you didn't get to see them properly because I didn't quite make it with my Vlogmas. I did 5 episodes, and that's good, but I aimed for 12, and there was too much for me to do. I wasn't organised enough. I enjoyed, I'm proud of myself for doing those 5 episodes. And I filmed more than I actually put out, but yeah, time ran away with me. I wasn't organised. I tend to not be as organised as I think I am over the Christmas period. So yeah, I didn't bring you those episodes, and I'm sad. And I'm sad that you didn't get to see how cosy, like, my decorations in the front room were. I've also got this new camera for Christmas. Can you see? It follows me. That's clever. Well, it's got a setting where it follows my face. That's good, isn't it? It's like I've got my own mini cameraman. Anyway, yeah, so hopefully I look beautiful on this camera, and my chins don't get in the way. So whilst I've been ill, I've been setting some goals, and one of those is to try and vlog every week. Try and put something out on YouTube, like 52 videos out on YouTube over the year. I'd fingers crossed for more, but that's probably my enthusiasm and not really me thinking that I have other things to do in my life. I have, as everybody, I have work, I have grown-up children who don't clean up after themselves, and I need to go and shout at them occasionally. I have all the things that everybody has, and trying to fit in the extra things is hard, and sometimes my brain can get carried away and I can think, oh yeah, I can do that, I can do all of those things, but actually it takes more time and energy and space to do those things than I realise. Yeah, so my brain's a bit unrealistic as to what my body can actually do. So yeah, that's a goal that I've set for YouTube, and because I really enjoy making videos and I really enjoy editing videos, so and I think it's creative, and I'm way out of my comfort zone doing this. So hopefully you watch it. If you've got any ideas for me of videos that you would like to see, please just tell me in the comments below. And I just touched my mic. I've got a microphone. Woo! I've got a microphone clipped in underneath my jumper, and I just touched it then, so hopefully the sound didn't go weird. So anyway, if you've got any video ideas, challenges that you would like me to do and record and put out, let me know in the comments. I do have a challenge coming up with my friend. We didn't have time to do it before Christmas. It's basically gifting each other, but from charity or thrift in America, thrift store. So we obviously in England we have charity shops, and basically we've got a budget of £30, which is loads, and we've got to, I think it's loads, and we've got to buy each other presents from charity shops, and we're going to do it as a gifting for Valentine's Day. So that'll be really interesting to see what she's got for me and to see what I can find for her. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That's the only like challenge thing that I've got coming up. I hope you had a great Christmas, and I hope you had a great New Year. Anyway, let's get on with taking down the decorations. Right, so first of all, I thought I'd just show you these. I don't think I showed you them in my Vlogmas videos. I made them. So you can see that at the back there's some faux foliage, fake foliage, and then a little bit of real, sort of the stuff that's gone a bit droopy now. On this one there's a butterfly, and I attached red ribbon round, and you can sort of see that I did 3 of them. I thought they were quite nice and quite effective. It took me quite a while to do. And my paper chains, I also made those. I cut a book in half. I got a romance novel from a charity shop for £1, cut it in half basically, and then Pritt sticked the chains together. So I think that's really quite cute and effective. We'll take those down in a minute. The paper chains I can just recycle because there's no point keeping them. They get dusty. There's no point keeping them for next year. I can always do another one. There's my tree. Yeah, that's my tree, and my lovely balls, green and red, all very lovely. That's coming down. The bows I made, I can't remember if I actually showed you that video. I think I did. I made the bows, some of them my son's girlfriend made. Then I have, all looks a bit dark over here, but these trees, green paper ones from Aldi, and the lovely glass ones from last year. I can't remember where I bought them, probably the range. Then I have my what would you call this? An ivy garland. I made this years ago out of felt and ribbon. I cut each ivy leaf out myself. Here's my lovely deer, and the same on the other side with the trees. And then I had my Fortnum and Mason basket. I pimped that a bit with a bow and some organza and some starlights. And then over around the fire, I've got, you can't really see it very well on here, the light's not very good, is it? So I've got a garland, and there you can see it, which I again twisted some organza around, pop some fake bits like pine cones, holly in, some little stars poking through and some lights. And that's pretty much it in here. Let's take it all down. There we are. Everything is packed away pretty much. I've still got the poinsettia down here because that's not dead yet. I'm sure it will die soon because I don't think I've ever kept one alive. I've got the blanket box that I covered. I don't know where to put that at the moment. Maybe at the end of my bed, but it's quite big and I don't have much room at the end of my bed. So I'm thinking about that at the moment. And then I've got the baskets that we use for hampers and the Fortnum & Mason basket. They're going in the shed, and hopefully I'm thinking I might be able to use some of them for, I don't know, like some spring decor or something like that. I'm not sure. We'll see. Then what else? I've got still left my candles out, my, what are they called? Pine cone candles. I put candles back in the attic years ago. I had some LED ones that were really nice, and they basically melted in the attic. Oh, not the LED, but the wax, so they went all warpy and wonky. I've got my cushions there waiting for some new cushion covers to go on. I'll go in the airing cupboard later and find them. And I've left the green blanket out. But as part of my New Year goals, you can see this room is quite bare and sparse looking at the moment. Oh, and up there I've got a load of photos. I don't know if you can see, photo albums that are hopefully, I'm going to be putting photos all into that creamy coloured album soon. I've had that for about a year as well, so haven't done that yet, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a video on it, that might spur me on. Anyway, so yeah, part of my New Year's resolution goals is to get bits and pieces finished around the house. One of those is in this room. One of those things is in this room, or lots of those things. One of those things is this room. Lots of those things are in this room. So yeah, as you can see, that back wall, I call it the back, it's actually the front wall, seems really sparse and just has the really nice day and night blinds, but it feels cold along the back front there. So what I'd like is to get a rail that goes all the way along the top there, and then put voiles down the sides coming up to the edge of the, or just hanging just over the edge of the window. Maybe two colours, like one that's quite dark neutral and one's a lighter neutral, something like that, so they run along the whole length of the wall. So that's one thing I'd like to do. And then another thing we'd really like to do is we're not keen on the sofa and two chairs. They were given to me by my friend. We're not keen on, they're not very comfortable, and they're quite big in the room, and they're a bit old person-ish. So we're really considering, we can't really afford a corner sofa at the moment. So what we're thinking is to create a corner sofa from two single beds, and that's another thing that hopefully you'll be able to follow along with me, and you can hold me accountable, because I'm terrible for thinking of all these things but never actually getting to do them. So the rug is the next thing. That's needed doing for some time since I redecorated, and it's old rug from the old decor where I had like a grey and pink sort of colour scheme in here, and I want a new one. I want it to be bigger so it fills slightly more of the space, and I want it to be a neutral colour. Possibly, as the dog is quite smelly, I'm thinking something that is washable, maybe, machine washable. So that's that. Then I want to paint the ceiling. I won't show you that because it's boring, but I want the ceiling to be the same colour as the walls instead of white. The ceiling also has quite a lot of old chips in it from where I've tried to put pins in the ceiling, but apparently our ceiling's really hard. The door has scratches on it from the dog and dirty marks as well, which is a bit gross. That needs redoing. The door needs painting the same colour as the wood. No, the same colour as the walls, because I've got a wood paint that does that. So that door really needs, like I was talking about before, it really needs proper sanding and repainting, because it gets worn. I don't know why, it gets worn on the edge. You can't really see it very well, but it gets worn on the edge and does that horrible thing. So that needs, you know, like a couple of coats of things. And then we've got skirting and edging missing, and I'd really like, so I've got to replace that. What I'd really like is over in this corner, which doesn't look too bad. That's where I fold. So we've got a fold-out desk that comes out of this unit here, folds out along the wall so that I can work there. And usually my chair, my office chair, would be here. Obviously it'll be empty in this space, but the wall feels a bit empty as well. So maybe some art here and here, or I'd really like a hanging lamp of some kind to come down. I don't know, maybe like, I'm trying to, I'd like a wire with a lamp on the end, something like that, if you get what I mean. And then last of all, I think here along this wall it's a really empty wall, and that's why when we put the decorations up I hung those 3 hoops up, but I would like a long picture, or 3 pictures, or a mirror, I don't know what, or a mirror and 2 pictures, I don't know yet, but something along there, because now we've got, I'll tell you about my lovely telly. Now we've got that Samsung frame TV. Did I call it Samsung frame earlier on? I can't remember. But so you can see the light doesn't really reflect in the screen, which is really nice. So hopefully if I have a mirror opposite, it's not going to reflect in the screen as well. Obviously the TV will reflect in the mirror, but not the mirror reflecting the screen. So yeah, that's a little tour of my front room. I have these empty shelves as well. Oh, those ones will be a bit more empty. So I'll need to put some stuff in there. And look, this is my lovely, what are they called? Himalayan pink salt atom diffuser, which I think is pretty much, I know it still is going. Yeah, I like that. Creating nice smells in my front room. Yeah, so that's another one of my goals. I do have other goals. We're going to go through some of those in a bit. Next up, let's make a vision board.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
I didn't say Alexa, I said next up. She's a funny one, isn't she?